Euya ino basari baila, euya ino baba bakwela munjira. Euya ino basari baila, euya ino baba bakwela jingira. Euya ino basari baila, euya ino baba bakwela jingira. Euya ino basari baila, euya ino baba bakwela jingira. Euya ino basari baila, euya ino baba bakwela jingira. Euya ino basari baila. Magaira, bakoya jigira, magaira, bakoya jigira. Buka banyazi we, bakoya jigira. Buka banyazi, bakoya jigira. We buka we, bakoya jigira. Bakoya jigira. Buka magari we. Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Of course, this is Culture Hub TV, your #1 online TV. Remember, this is the only place where you will always find exclusive videos of different cultures and different traditions of different communities of Africa and the world. And of course, back to my Know My Language episode. I am with the man himself, our resource person himself. He will just introduce himself before I introduce the show of the day. Welcome, sir.
Asante.
Yeah.
My name's Stuma Manyasi.
Aha.
Yeah. At Kolani.
At Kolani. Yes, yeah. Guys, right here where we sit, we are at Kolani. A very amazing place. You can see the environment, the weather is very amazing. And sir,
yes,
I want us to talk about one, how should I put it, one controversial thing about the Bukusu community. Yeah. Of course, you go out there, you walk in different parts of Kenya, and anytime a Bukusu name is mentioned, they will always associate a Bukusu with some things to do with witchcraft. Are Bukusus witch?
The word witchcraft is English.
Yeah.
So which means even the Englishmen have also
some witch
doctors.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let us talk about culture in total. Culture is the way we live.
Yes.
And that is a human life.
Yeah.
Or any living thing has its own culture.
Yeah.
And as regards the Bukusu, there are people who are cultured. Now, when we talk about culture, we have what we call the norms. We have the rules and the laws governing the community's customs. We have the ideologies, whereby we have language. Yeah. We have the beliefs, and we have the artifacts. Culture as such, it comprises the whole life of a human being.
Yeah.
So in any case, the Bukusu have the laws and the rules governing the ideologies. I mean, their life.
Yeah.
The ideologies, of course, that is the language. They have the technology. You know, when we talk about technology, we have food, we have medicine, we have beliefs, whereby these beliefs govern the whole system of a given community.
Yeah.
And then artifacts. They are the things we use in our life. So, which means in every given community, they have their own way of actually taking care of their life.
Okay.
So, coming up to the word witchcraft is an evil
term.
Idea.
Yeah.
An evil idea which belongs to any given person, which comes out of envy, which comes out of hate, and one not being competent in life.
Yeah.
So we have to seek for ways of
yeah.
blocking those ones who are actually proceeding or progressing. So that is one way of hindering one's life, progress in life.
Okay.
So witchcraft as such, it is something which, that's why we have we have bad and good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil
and
good things.
Yeah.
So that is an evilish idea. And this is everywhere. Bukusu have rituals basing on their lifestyle, starting from gestation to death.
Yeah.
So we have rituals. These rituals mean these are stages in life whereby every given stage must be recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to recognize that is by doing certain activities to guard the new life.
Yeah.
So starting from the child, the child must be received, yeah, by giving the name. That is for recognition, and identity. And then as the child grows, every given stage, from birth to about 15 years or 18 years, is called a child.
Yeah.
Then from 18 years to 25 is a youth. Yeah. Now then from 25 to 40 is a young adult. So those are stages. We have what we call omwana, omwele, and omusumba. That is a bachelor. And then from there, we will come to marriage. So when you get married, it has its own process. It has to be received in the community. It has to be witnessed. People have to witness this marriage. And those activities involve rituals. Not that those rituals are meant to curtail somebody's life, but to promote.
But are they of any essence? Because we have other clans that don't incorporate any rituals in their lifestyle or in whatever they do in every stages. They just take life the way it is. But now one thing that sets Bukusu different is a lot of these rituals. A lot of rituals, and at the same time a lot of do's and don'ts. Like they tend to tell you, if you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this. And now you see other communities now portray that as, no, these people are like they are not of this world. And you see,
now it's not that a ritual is a rite.
Yeah.
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 Those are rites. The word ritual comes from the rite. It's a normal process of human life. At least, even when you go to the church, they have to receive the child to church.
Yeah.
And there's that process whereby they have to speak ABCD.
Yes.
And as a child grows, it grows within the norms.
Yeah, of the church.
Church.
Sure. But now, yes, I perfectly understand you.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're trying to deviate, or you know what I'm talking about, but you're just trying to tread safely. I want you to hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Or should I hit the nail on the head for you? Yes, rituals come from rites. But again, sir, we have this kind of rituals. For example, the ones Bukusu associate them with the dead. For instance, I heard that Bukusus have this kind of belief that sometimes ancestors or the ones who are dead, the living dead, could come back to life, and you have to appease them. Maybe maybe by slaughtering a cow, and then you invoke them, talk to them. You even sometimes ask them to maybe make sure that maybe your harvests are bounty this season, or maybe you just incorporate your ancestors in a lot of or in the life of the living. And so people tend to see that as more of witchcraft.
Now, as I said, witchcraft is an envy.
Yeah.
And the rituals are meant to guide an individual to live a harmonious life.
Yeah.
For example, when it comes to these particular rituals, let me go back to your point.
Yes.
Whereby you are talking about the dead.
Yeah.
We don't, let's say for example, if it's your parent who is passing away, he has to be at least taken care of. In the past, after somebody has passed away, they were not burying. Burying came in after the colonialists came in.
Yeah.
And it's a public health act to control diseases.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you are throwing in the bush, and then the vultures and other animals will feed on.
Yeah.
And then after that, they will have to go and collect those bones in one place.
Okay.
And then they will take the skull, put on the top of a tree.
Just before you proceed, just on the same matter, is that what the Itesos do? Someone told me that the Itesos still gather the bones, and I don't know, they go and place them in a cave, something to do with that.
Yeah, the Itesos do that, and even they will take some of the, let's say like the ribs, of the man or the hand, the remains, to prepare them.
That's so scary.
So, but with us, we don't do that.
Yeah.
We only take care of the skull.
Okay.
Now the skull will remain as an identity to know, because they know this was like my father was called Manyasi.
Yeah.
Because during his life, people had seen his teeth.
Yeah.
The head, and they know this is the right
is
person.
him now.
So they will have to do certain activities or rituals whereby they will have to respect the dead. The point is that we tend to appreciate very much of our parents or the past generation, because we are the ones who made us to be.
Yeah.
And that is the respect. Not that we are doing it, we are adoring to that. Another issue is that dreams are there. Every individual dreams. And you may be, during your dreams, you may see your father coming.
Yeah.
He says, I'm lonely.
Yeah.
Those dreams come. And dreams actually can guide people.
Yeah.
Dreams can be, you can dream even when you are seated. You are dozing just during the day.
Yeah.
And you may encounter somebody coming.
Yeah, sure.
My friend, we have been my friend here. We are doing something. But eventually, there are certain behaviors that come. He may come during the dreams, tells you, I want APCT. And if you don't follow the instructions, the Bukusu believe in cows or cattle. And that is actually their major resource.
Okay.
Yeah. So he will tell you, I want this animal. And if you don't do it, the next day you may find it collapsed.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah. But eventually when you follow the instructions, you may not encounter such a challenge. Another issue is that the dead, not that they are dead, but they are the living dead. They can command you. They can even show you medicine. You may have a child who is sick in the home, and all of a sudden you have tried all your ways, but one time you have one of those parents of yours may come and say, can you take this type of plant and then give it to your child? And when you do it, the child improves or is healed.
And that brings me to this question.
Yeah.
So what's that unique thing, or no, or maybe it's just belief? Because I am trying to trade on this path, like why is it that maybe only Bukusus are the one finding these dreams, are the ones whom their dead visit them and give them instructions? Because in other communities, maybe say the Kikuyus or even the Kalenjins, they completely disassociate with the dead. Immediately that guy or that woman succumbs, that's it.
Yeah.
You will never hear from them like that, oh, my grandmother came. No, why do we just have to hear this from the Bukusus?
The Bukusu have one thing with them.
Okay.
Just as the word Masava. The word Masava comes from the word the people who value the spiritual talents.
Okay.
Ba Misambwa. Msambwa in Bukusu, Roho in Kiswahili, spirit in English.
In English. Msambwa, Kimisambwa.
Kimisambwa.
It's
so we have the spiritual talents.
Okay.
Now all these spiritual talents have different activities in their life. We have those people, the prophets, those who prophesy. We have those people who are spokesmen. We call them Vesimbo. We have like now the leaders, political system. Well, we have circumcisers, especially specialized in circumcision. We have the mediums. Now, the mediums are those people talented to interpret other spiritual talents. We have diviners who actually will divine, will
act as intermediaries, maybe. Okay.
We have those people who predict weather, weather forecasters. And sometimes at most they say rainmakers.
Rainmakers.
But the proper language is weather forecasters. They will tell you when rain is coming, or you specialize in that. We have those people with the spiritual talent of blacksmith. Theirs is to deal with the soil and come out with the products which are the metallic. That is the metallic system. Then we have the herbalist. His work is to use the natural plants, herbs, trees, and different materials to treat people.
Okay.
So the Bukusu are guided by those spiritual talents.
Okay.
And that is how it comes. That is where you find a medium come in. The medium, even when you look at the word media, it means what? Somebody who mediates, who gives the information regarding a given life. So even even in the Bible, you have Paul was talking to the Corinthians. This chapter 12, Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Paul told the Corinthians that bear in mind that we have the spiritual talents, and these spiritual talents serve God. So which means these talents, the spiritual talents, are there to guide or assist the Bukusu in his lifestyle. You find that all those talents I've mentioned, they have different activities. We have those people who can guide others on how to go about their future. So these spiritual talents, they are the ones actually have made the Bukusu to stick to these particular activities.
Okay.
So every given ritual depends on what type of repercussions you might encounter. And then you have to apply who is supposed to do what. If it's a blacksmith, or if it's like weather forecasting. Like weather forecasting, it tends to interfere with the eyes. For example, if the child is at such a time, we expect rain. And I happened to I had one of my daughters. She's now a woman. You could see tears.
That is when the rains are almost.
She's not sick, but you see the tears rolling. That day.
And that's how you tell that rains are about to come.
So this is, which means we will have to visit the weather forecaster. He has the herbs. He has the herbs to control that. Otherwise, if you leave it that way, the eyes will go bad. So you find that is now where my medicine comes in. That's when you find the herbs come in. So the weather forecaster man will have been shown the type of herbs to use for that particular character.
So in short,
the blacksmith, you find there some blisters on the skin. Even if you give procaine.
Like what you're trying to say for blacksmiths is they will always tend to cure skin diseases.
They are those blisters. They normally will have special blisters, not scapes. But you find they are like boils. You see, they appear like boils. You see, like water when you have hot water sprinkling on you. You get one child, even an adult, develops those blisters on the skin. And if they apply herbs, they don't go away until the blacksmith will come in and they will have to use his herbs, specific herbs. And in fact, it's very simple. You get the remains of the metallics, and then you put in the you put it on a pan with water. That water, you just bath the person.
And
every evening, then they sleep 3 days. They will go.
So in short, what you're trying to say in general is that one thing that sets the Bukusu people different from other communities is that Bukusu are people who appreciate spiritual talents. And that's why you will find them with these special talents, which is contrary to other communities. Okay, so now back to my question. So in a normal human life, let's say from birth to the age of maybe adulthood after marriage, how many rituals does someone has to undergo just from birth, a Bukusu person?
Bukusu person will have, I'll just name them. Number one is naming.
And by the way, just there in naming brings me another question. The one, just to second what people have been saying, that Bukusus are witches, you know. Is that one of naming? Someone, I heard this somewhere that, you know what, in fact, this was from a friend who he had engaged someone, but that lady later turned down this guy's proposal, claiming that I don't want to marry this guy because after maybe I have conceived and we are blessed with a child, this guy's family might want to name my child after someone who is dead. You know that sometimes the child has unnecessary cries, or they cry even for a whole week, and when you ask, you will be told that he needs a name. And this name must be from someone maybe who's dead, and you see those stuffs.
It's not only people. Even elephants.
Yeah.
They have similar characteristics. Genetics.
Yeah.
These are some of the things we have to also to think genetically.
Yeah.
The genes also play a role. Now, when you see, the Bukusu had not gone deeper into science.
Yeah.
But based on experience, it showed that, like my father, I may call my child any name.
Yes.
But after some times, this child will not live humble life. It can grow up to between, let's say, 3-6 months.
Yeah.
But it starts crying or becomes restless, especially when it comes like from midnight. You see, these names are not just given because they are just to be given.
Yeah.
When does the child cry?
Okay.
Or does not is disturbed?
So time
from
matters.
Midnight. From midnight to up to midday.
Okay. That period.
But in the afternoon, the child
they are
is
okay.
So which means the name comes. That means then the name should come from the parents, the father's side.
Oh.
But if he cries from afternoon to evening,
from the mother's
side.
Oh.
And that's how they have identified. So you see, psychology also plays a role.
And when you now give the child the name, the crying stops.
Because I have a personal experience whereby I had my cousin, my uncle, who follows my father, had a son. He was crying all through. At one time, when he was grazing the animals, he saw a shadow. He saw somebody passing. All of a sudden, and he looked like the person he knew, who had passed away. Yeah? Is that not Bulan? But he has gone. When he tried to look, but it's in a plain place.
Yeah, sure.
And he disappeared. But he appeared, that man is Bulan. So when he went home, the child was crying. So he had taken this boy on his laps and said, hey, if it is my uncle Walimba, please, you are welcome. And the boy went to sleep.
Immediately.
He slept until the mother was worried. She said, hey, is the child dead? When she went to find, he was comfortable, sleeping. He slept until he had to be awakened, and he never cried. So these are things which we experience. And it means the Bukusu are very keen with the life of a human being. Now, coupled with the spiritual talents, like a medium, the medium will come. And I say the medium, if you go proper interpretation of a medium, is one who interprets other spiritual talents. So he will have to interpret to you. He will tell you, no, you have one person you forgot. And he will tell you, please, you go back and call upon this person. He will have to give you a talent. Another scenario is we have these circumcisers.
Yes.
Me being a medic, I'm a medical.
So is this another ritual now in one's life, or?
No, I'm just giving you an example.
You are just seconding
the names.
Okay.
I'm a medic. I was working in the laboratory, and I used to get cases whereby the clinician will send a child to the laboratory to check if there is malaria. The child will come in such a situation. Then the eyes are so white, he can't open the hands, and he is so clapped. But he sucks, but he is not healthy. But at one time I realized, nah, this one is not a normal malaria. When we checked for malaria, it was not there. Anything else, the child was normal. Lucky enough, we had this program, Kenya-Finland Primary Healthcare Program was going on. We had the circumcisers around on that day who had come for a training. So I called one of the circumcisers and looked at the boy and said, this is circumcision talent. He didn't do anything. He has his herbs on the knife of the circumciser. We call it Lukem. He put the herbs, they had actually his own herbs. Crushed actually his ash, made from special plants. He had burnt it and the ash was there. He put it on that and then he had to blow it towards the boy. And he gave him some few herbs. And at that time, the clinician had ordered for the vehicle to be transported to a major hospital. So when the parent came back after he had found the vehicle, he found the child eating.
Okay.
He was okay. And this parent was a Salvation Army church member, very senior man. He couldn't believe. He said, hey, my child was not eating. He's now eating. The boy was swallowing soda very comfortably. And this man said, what? So the circumciser told the father, this talent comes from your clan. Actually, the church man accepted. He said, yeah, in my family we have the circumcisers. And he said,
that's it.
So you see, that is whereby we have actually, I believe, and we strongly associate these things with the spiritual talents, because God Himself is spirit. And if you worship Him spiritually and truly, you will be worshiping God.
Sure.
Because God Himself is a spirit.
He is spirit.
And Paul said, the talents are meant to serve
God.
So you see, this is so Bukusu does not do these things because on his own will, but he is directed. Just as we have Abraham, he was called Abram, Sarai, but when he was circumcised, he changed his name to Abraham. And Sarai was called Sarah. You see, and it was an agreement between God and Abraham. He said, "This is a remark, and you have to be circumcised." It's actually that is spiritual. Now you see, this is God talking to Abraham directly. So this is whereby we also, through spiritual talents, used spiritually and faithfully. You will find that you have to safeguard life because of the given talent. So these spiritual talents are actually the ones guiding the Bukusu. That's why it has stuck to some of these rituals. The names is not that if somebody wants it. I also agree with you to some extent. If you are not careful, if you give, if somebody died unexpected life, he died unexpected death, whereby he had to kill himself, strangle himself or throw himself in water, and such a persons we don't name them. Because if you name the child, you will go the same way. You get it? Genetically.
So names are of also essence in the Bukusu community.
Another issue is I want to give you a practical case whereby it is involved in the psychology. Here is a father who is a drunkard, and here is a mother, an expectant mother, at the age about 3 months to 6 months gestation. If a father comes in the home when he's drunk, he's making noise, kicking things, the child, as the mother, as the mother is disturbed, the child is also disturbed.
Okay.
At birth, when the child, after the child will have been born, when the child hears the voice of the father, starts crying.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That one is in psychology. That's why they say when you have an expectant mother, please take care. Okay. You have to be humble. You have to take her humbly because the way you take her, you know, the child also will be happy.
Okay.
So, but the moment you disturb the mother, the child is also disturbed. This is why sometimes you get children become repellent
to their
because you are so violent to the mother. Okay. So that psychologically, the Bukusu also have applied the psychological part of it. So spiritually, we have that psychological part. It is there.
How do Bukusus deal with that?
Yeah, in fact, they will tell you if you are so rough to your wife, the parents, if they are there, they will caution you.
Oh.
Yeah.
They will always caution you.
You see, they have not seen the psychological part of it, but
they will tend to safeguard the mother.
Yeah, the mother must be taken care of, and you know, she should not be disturbed. Okay. You are disturbing the child. Ah. Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys, what do you think? So far, so good. I hope you are still with us, and I hope you are taking notes of what Mr. Manyasi is saying. To me, he's making a lot of sense, and I hope we are on the same line. And yeah, back to my question. I had asked you, in a normal life of a Bukusu man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How many rituals?
So the stages, okay, I had started with a child.
Yeah,
at the gestation stage.
Yeah.
So which means you take care of the child from
gestation while.
Yeah. And then as the child is born, is given a name. That is for identity.
Yeah.
And the name should be, we normally call it, we just calling. And then when the child will have grown to maturity, that is about 18 years, he will be confirmed. Yeah, just as we have what we call baptism in the church. Yeah.
How do you call that in Bukusu?
Hutyoha.
Hutyoha.
Yeah, at birth we call. We just call the name. And then at 18 above, Hutyoha is confirmation.
You confirm.
You confirm the name.
Okay.
Yeah. So which means you will have seen how the child has been growing, has not been disturbed. Now we confirm that you are now Stuma Manyasi. Okay. This is the name. It goes then from there.
During that period of Hutyoha, is there maybe some ceremony done?
Very much. It's very, very much recognized. Hutyoha was actually, it involves the whole clan. They take to somebody's home who is very calm, who is not violent.
And I think in one of our episodes we mentioned this.
Yeah.
You talked extensively about this in one of our episodes.
You go to that same home, you will have to prepare for the function. If it's a goat or if it's a cow, the feeding will be there. They use all age mates. And if you are another like Manyasi and you have not undergone that, you also go there.
Is it still done in modern day?
It is not very much recognized because of the interaction.
Okay.
The society is so interacted. Another challenge is that civilization and urbanization. There are also challenges to this kind of ritual. But it's very important because it helps to bring the clan together. It also helps the youth to recognize each other, to know that this is my cousin, this is my... And so it tends to bond the clan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it is one way of bonding. After that, we have that stage. Next stage will be marriage.
Marriage,
there is this normal process is that there is that formal introduction to both sides, the boys' side and the mother's, the woman's side.
Yeah.
After that, they will have to come and sit and discuss the dowry. After that, they will have to do what we call formal marriage, wedding.
Yeah.
And after that, there is that stage whereby we have to confirm the marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, siteho. Yeah, siteho is a very, very, very important stage, whereby you confirm that you are now married to this lady. Yeah, it's confirmation. If you don't do that, if I come in and take your woman, I have no case.
Yeah.
After you have gone, you have done what we call siteho. That is confirmation, somebody's wife. That's the way we say kumuikale. Kumuliango kumuikale. That's now closed door. That is now an enclosed. But open door.
Anyone can enter.
Anybody can enter. That is, which means if you have not done siteho, so that is confirmation of marriage.
Yeah.
From there, we go to now you become a family man. Somebody with a house. He is somebody with a, they will not recognize you if you don't have a fully given woman, confirmed marriage. Yeah. Confirmed marriage, now you have angel. Yeah, that's a marriage. And there's an angel, which means there is a wife, and we normally say, without angel, say if the house has no the name Sarah is a recognized name in Bukusu.
It represents women.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't have,
so a bachelor, in short, is not.
Yeah, a bachelor is not recognized in the community. But a married man, a house without a woman is not a house. So a house will not be termed a house without a woman. So when a woman is there,
is when it qualifies to be a house. Okay.
Confirmed marriage.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah. Now there, you qualify to undergo other activities of manhood, whereby you are recognized as a man, you'll be crowned, you'll be given insignias depending on your status, given to your talent. If you are to be a spokesman, that is on political, that is power. If you are to be a chief or to be the leader in the community.
Okay, and different roles in the society.
Then there, also there is another final stage whereby you'll be given the final insignias. You are crowned as an elder in the community. Like me now, above 60, which means they were also basing on the fact that when you circumcise your son, and you can imagine, they were not circumcising a young child, 18 years above
and above.
So if you are circumcised at 18 and you got married at 35, you bear your child at 18. How old will you be? You'll be a mature person.
Very big.
Yeah. Then last stage when you have circumcised your grandson. Now you are an adult, a senior adult. So which means you are now a guider, a counselor. You only give guidance and counsel to people. Because in the other hands, you are experienced. You have at least known what and the do's and don'ts.
True.
So which means the Bukusu, you will find that every given stage has a meaning. Which means every stage is recognized by doing those activities at certain ages.
Hold it there. Guys, our viewers, what do you think about what Mr. Manyasi has just told us? Do you think he's just trying to paint some white image on the Bukusu people, because I know, and in fact, most of you, our viewers, are the ones who have been pushing us to have this kind of conversation. And gladly, I have had it with Mr. Manyasi. And one good thing about this is that this is just an introductory part of our exploration to this how should I put it? This is just an introductory part of this conversation about rituals, about Bukusu's people with their rituals and beliefs. Because I want us in our next episode to exclusively talk about the rituals done during funerals, because there are plenty of them. There are a lot of beliefs, and you will find that even when someone has died or passed on, some of the families that maybe do not understand well how burials are done, you will find them running up and down asking like, yo, he died this way, or he died in some place, and now we need to do this and that before we bury them. And so those are the things I will want us to discuss in our next episode. Hopefully we will do it there in our studios. And by the way, guys, Culture Hub TV, this is just a glimpse. We have our headquarters set somewhere, and we will be introducing you to our headquarters soon. I hope you will be with us. I hope you will continue supporting us so that we can soar greater heights. But just a quick one before we end this.
Yes.
One common thing about the Bukusus, and this is not a joke, people are laughing at Bukusus because of this, is that it is said that Bukusus don't die. They kill themselves, or the one I told you about, witches or something. Yeah. Once a Bukusu person has passed on, you will hear from other people, like they just don't want to accept that, you know what, Bulan died and he was sick. They will always find some excuses they will attach some meanings to their death. Yeah. Why is it so? A neighbor has passed on, and you will hear that, no, you know what, he has been killed because of this and that and that. Why is it so?
This is, as I said,
yeah,
it's not only the Bukusu.
But majorly.
It's just because
yeah,
we have not gone the other end. For example, I'll give you just an example before I give you the answer. The Israelites. The Israelites have a belief that if a daughter becomes pregnant in the home, obviously they will give the brother the knife, and they will kill that girl. It's a blasphemy with the Israelites for an Israelite girl to get pregnant in the home.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is actually the belief. They have a reason for that. For us, with the death, as I said, envy. There are things which tend to come sometimes, like we might have quarreled or exchanged words somewhere, and they said, "Okay, you go.
Yeah,
we will see." And sure, next day somebody is not there. Those people. But this is actually natural to any human being. Suspicion or envy, those things are there. But of course, it has not gone without at least pointing somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just not only the Bukusu, but it is there to many. What they tend to try to cover up is that you should not be harassing, you should not be so negative in your community. Yeah. They tend to tell people, if you are somebody, you have to be candid. Yeah. Not to be so sarcastic in your tongues, not be so so rough.
Yeah.
It tends to make people. For example, even when you go to there's a time when somebody has died, and when before he dies, he will tell people that so and so should not come to
witness my burial.
And surely you will see that if this person comes nearby the body, you will see the tears coming out.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
Yeah. I have witnessed another instance whereby the mother refused one of the daughters not to bring the blanket. But something funny, this particular daughter was the first one to bring the blanket. So when she brought the blanket, generally people took it, it's normal.
Yeah.
So when they covered that blanket, when the time came, we had to use that blanket. Because that time the coffins were not there, they didn't go for that. So they had to use the same blanket to carry the body. And something funny, you know what happened?
No.
When people had prepared themselves to carry the body, the blanket had to tear from top to down. And you can see how thick the blanket is, how strong the blanket is, but it got torn. As if somebody has put the razor blade up to the end.
So guys, these are the things we will be talking about in our next episodes, because I know to some of you sounds scary, but to Mzee Manyasi it's not. It's order of the day. It's normal for him. And so he is the right person to take us through all this, and I am sure you will be enjoying this. This is Culture Hub TV, your #1 online TV, and of course I am your host, presenter Dante. Goodbye.
Vulai.
Vulai.